Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan. I I use a motorbike as my means of transport. So today things keep popping on my mind, especially the trouble that the Boda society has been through and in collision with the government. And I suppose I think because it has been coming in my mind so frequently today, I decided to put it on record. And I'm going to say the following, and I'm going to call this first lesson to Boda Reformation. First lesson, episode 1 to Boda Reformation. This is the point. Boda came to necessity because of quick penetration, quick means of transport across town, which here in Nairobi we are facing a lot of traffic issues. And that is how they became so necessary. Everyone knows that if you want something from Westlands to Nairobi within 15 minutes, you can get it. But even if you have a car parked in your office basement, you can't do that. And it is cheaper than Uber. Look, and now I'm speaking to Boda guys. I use a bike daily. That's my means of transport. But my observation is the following. Boda people, motorbike users, have extended their advantage extremely to a point that it it looks like you can't catch me kind of situation. And this is happening competitively. There is no way you're going to leave me waiting for traffic light to change green and you have a bike like mine and you're just passing going away. There's no way I am somebody else, two motorbike riders along Mombasa Road coming to town, finding traffic. The line to town is packed. The line from town is moving. Then they would take the first line and use it on the wrong side, entering town. The opening up of possibilities of things is what has brought this to this extreme, that the traffic police feel they cannot control motorbikes, and they only do that with an outburst, like recently when there was that case of molestation of a certain lady, whom I'm not going to talk about that because it was a case. No, I'm not going to talk about that. Now, in such situations, the police find strength to look for everyone who is on a two-wheeled, petrol-propelled automobile, and they're looking like hunting. Why? Because normalcy is not reigning in this industry. Normalcy is not reigning in this industry. And why is it not reigning? Because we have an advantage above people who are using vehicles and on foot, but we are stretching it. We are stretching this advantage a little bit too far, that we are behaving like cat and mouse. These are the things that when done, and I'm listing them. And anybody who is willing to follow this thing will tell me in a year or two whether this could not help the industry or not. One, we have to consider each other equal. And we have to consider objectivity of automobile transport as business is not madness. You know, we have to consider each other equal. We have to put ourselves in one basic need, which is transport and business. There is no one who is being paid for being cheeky or being tricky or having so much courage that they miss head on with City Hopper on the wrong lane, and they just keep going. I've pitied some people who are being carried on some borders. You just sit it there and somebody's driving you on the wrong side of the road. You know, I'm not going to talk about what people are doing which they shouldn't do, because that is not actually the propelling factor. The propelling factor is the end of the road is open. People are doing as much as they can do, and they are destroying as much as they can, thinking they are making business. That is not business. We should have a limitation, but this is something which should be decided within yourselves, within each and every rider in every city should decide that one, Boda is an advantage over cars and pedestrians because of ability to move in a traffic. Anything else that people are doing which is wrong, which is offending to the traffic police and to the pedestrian, like driving on the pavement, like driving on wrong side of the road, like like making a roundabout from the opposite side. You've come from one side and the roundabout to go around is kind of packed. You just cross like you're walking on foot to the other lane, hoping you're not going to meet anybody. Those are the things that they're doing. And in competition of doing that, everyone is doing it. It has a lot of wrong in it, but everyone is doing it and just waiting for the blast of it. Like, when is it going to break off? When are we going to witness one who has been crushed with a lorry or something? When are we going to see this? And I'm telling you, that is the reason why hospitals are full of border riders and pedestrians. We have to get an objective clearly. I know most of these people have been around here with motorbike riding for a long time, even before this association was formed. I know the chairman Ken. He used to be my neighbor in Durai. I know him. I know these people. But let's not talk about individuals. Let me just point this clearly, and this looks like I'm repeating it. The basic function which has necessitated the business of Boda is ability to beat traffic. Not any other thing. Not ability to ride on the wrong side, not ability to take a roundabout on the wrong side, not ability to ride on the pavement, not ability to do any of these risky things that they are doing. But they are doing these risky things because everyone is doing them. And if you have a motorbike and you're watching your fellow bikers going the other way while you're waiting for the lights to turn, you look like a fool. So this is the reality. You left your house to go and make money as a Boda rider. You didn't leave your house to go and compete with another person in doing evil. And this which I'm saying is basically the things which, when you people change and realize the objective. Did you know that this transport industry has ability to grow better than what you're doing now? You can be recorded in NTSA business. What's another sticker insurance, your PSV? That was just a modification of taxi stickers into Boda stickers. You can be entrenched in NTSA system and be given more security and more considerations and more capabilities and more strength and freedom of operation, but it's not going to be possible if your relationship with the system is like cat and mouse. It's not going to be possible. Nobody's willing to give more power to somebody they're already struggling with for the power they already hold. So what I'm telling you is this, and I wish this one was going to each and everyone, because that is the competition I've talked about in the first place. It should be an agreement, an overall agreement, that this is what we are supposed to do, and not this, and not this, and not this, and not this. So number one is, let's realize that our objective as a motorbike rider is beating transport in the line of traffic. And it is honest, it is doable, it is functional. But when it comes to traffic lights, let's have discipline. It only takes like 3 minutes, sometimes even less. Actually, it takes less than a minute. Every traffic lights I've seen, some of them count down from 65 seconds. Let every boda operator, every bike rider consider themselves as automobile user. When there is red light, you stop. That is point number one. That is point number one. Point number two, let us not use pavement, especially on the left-hand side of other road users who are driving vehicles, and hooting to pedestrians who are walking on their rightful path. That's point number two. Point number three, let's not use wrong lane authoritatively. I've even said it. That, okay, and it is very notorious from the road from Nyayo Stadium coming into town. That road is always packed. And you find Boda using the road going out of town, but not even one single foil lane, two side by side, heading towards town on a wrong lane. Two side by side, you are overtaking another bike rider who is using a wrong lane, meaning you are encroaching further into the wrong lane. You are covering a whole lane. It's like a vehicle driving towards town in a wrong lane. Don't do that. You know what I'm telling you is going to be useful in the long run, when a few who will not have understood what I'm saying start seeing themselves like they are the odd ones out, doing things which everyone else is not doing. Right now, everyone else is doing this and they think it is normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. The only opportunity which necessitates border business is the ability to beat traffic. And you're not beating traffic by those things I'm saying you shouldn't do. You're not beating traffic. You are doing evil in the face of people who should arrest you, who find themselves helpless because you're running on a motorbike. They don't want to follow you on foot. They don't want to throw spikes in front of you. You know, one day I stopped at a roundabout near GPO, and the policeman there told me that, Wakati, when you're supposed to be arrested, you're not stopping. Now, why are you stopping here? Go. Why are you stopping? That is what they're experiencing. You only realize that policemen have ability to arrest you when they have been given an order to arrest every motorbike in sight. And they're doing it with an effort. And they cannot do it every day unless the order stands. And if the order stands, your businesses will just die. You know, law enforcers are not supposed to be your enemy. No. But this is going to be because they think like they're chasing after you. That should not be the case. That should not be the case. I'm telling you again, let's focus on the objective. And the objective is beating traffic in the right path, if you live here going to Westlands in the morning along Thika Road, I every day leave my house and I'm in town in less than 20 minutes, be it in the morning, be it in the evening. Comparatively, if I leave my house in the morning in my car, I would get to town in 1.5 hours. That is the advantage of motorbikes. Nothing else. Nothing else. Motorbikes are not for evil doing and for misbehavior. You can't catch me kind of a thing. That is wrong. I have to stop. This is the first lesson. In this series, I'm going to be talking about these things, and to people who will hear, you will see change in your lives in just a short time as 6 months to 1 year. If every one of you realize, and this is something that you just realize as an individual, and you start doing it by yourself, and then the few who will not have reached this, they will find themselves the odd one out. You arrive at a traffic light, every motorbike is stopping, waiting for the light to turn green, and you're the one who kicks off and go. You drive off, the next day you find yourself you're the odd one out. Why am I saying that? Because people are competing for something which is not the advantage of their business. It is putting you in the bad light. It is putting you with a bad name. It is destroying your relationship with everybody. And if you continue with it, it is a continuation of a struggle. Yes, it is a continuation of a struggle. You will keep behaving like chicken and mouse and whatever, but how does that help you? Boda industry can be organized. People can even be licensed to operate from one corner of town, every place in town, and they can be organized. You pick your passenger, you go around, you find a U-turn, you don't turn everywhere. You don't cross the road like you're walking. You are driving, you're using an automobile. Find a U-turn. And if everyone listens to this, I've listed 4 things. And I'm just gonna repeat them just for finalization of this. 1, wait for traffic light. At the first sight, not everybody is going to listen to this. But I'm telling you that if everybody behave these things which I'm saying, I'm telling you in the next 1 year or 6 months, you're going to see a great change in this industry, and you're going to win the favor and the cooperation with your customers, with your government, with your law enforcers, and with everyone. And it's going to be so nice. You're going to be allocated places to operate from. You have an advantage that is unquestionable. With your bike, you can go everywhere during traffic without wasting time. But these are the things which are making you be seen like rowdy, crazy people. If everyone agree with me that what I'm saying is true, you're going to see the difference. 1, wait for the traffic light. 2, don't use the wrong side of the road. Don't use the wrong side of the road. It doesn't matter. Let no bike be seen coming to town on the path used by vehicle going out of town. Don't ride on the pavements on the left-hand side of other motorists. Don't take roundabout from the wrong side. Don't make a U-turn everywhere, especially Kenyatta Avenue. Boda just make a U-turn everywhere. Everywhere. Well, you have your eyes, you can look, there's no vehicle, but that conduct Whoever is seeing you doing that, it's disturbing. I've asked myself why people do such things. But I know the reason why people do such things is because the competition is open to people who can make themselves express their craziness as deep as they can. So that is why this craziness is all over. But did you know that it is hurting you more than it is building you? So if you want to be built, you have to kill what is hurting you first. And I'm telling you that your advantage is not being taken away, you're being made better. This is episode 1. This is episode 1. I'm going to put it on YouTube. Thank you for listening.